We begin our report with new executive action from President Biden, meant to limit the amount of asylum seekers processed every day at the southern border. As we reported on Monday, the action will allow border officials to expel migrants claiming asylum who cross the border between legal ports of entry. Though the asylum system has been overwhelmed for some time, the president has resisted taking unilateral action, which he now frames as a necessity after bipartisan Senate immigration legislation was blocked by Republicans earlier this year.
So today, I'm moving past Republican obstruction and using the executive authorities available to me as president to do what I can on my own to address the border. Frankly, I would have preferred to address this issue through bipartisan legislation because that's the only way to actually get the kind of system we have now that's broken, fixed, to hire more Border Patrol agents, more asylum officers, more judges. But Republicans have left me no choice.
CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez joins me now. First, the nuts and bolts, Camilo. When does it start? When does this take place, and how would it work?
Hi, John. This massive shift in policy here at the U.S.-Mexico border will take effect immediately after midnight at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. That is when that proclamation signed by President Biden to suspend the entry of most migrants here will take effect and be triggered. After that, starting tomorrow, U.S. border officials will gain this new power to effectively shut down asylum processing between official and designated ports of entry. That will allow them to quickly deport most migrants who cross into the U.S. illegally back to Mexico or to their home countries without processing their asylum claims. Those, again, who cross between ports of entry, John, will be barred from seeking asylum here in the U.S., which is a major shift because U.S. asylum law allows anyone physically on American soil to request humanitarian protection, even if they enter the country illegally. Importantly, asylum processing will continue at ports of entry. That is where the Biden administration is processing roughly 1,500 migrants per day under a CBP-1 app-powered system. And unaccompanied children and other vulnerable migrants, such as those with medical conditions, John, are also exempt from this order. And it will only be lifted once the weekly average of daily illegal border crossings, John, falls below 1,500, something that has not happened for years. So we should expect this to be in place for the time being.
Excellent. Thank you, Camilo. Now, to reaction, what has it been like on all sides of this issue?
Well, John, some local officials and leaders here along the U.S.-Mexico border are praising this move by President Biden, saying that the humanitarian crisis and the operational challenges that it has created here at the border is unsustainable, and that they are bearing the brunt of this crisis here at the border. In fact, some of them, those local officials here at the border, attended today's remarks at the White House, including the mayor of this Texas border city of El Paso. He is supportive of this move, and he is a Democrat. Many Democrats are now embracing these drastic limits on asylum, which in many ways, John, would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. Still, many progressive Democrats and advocates for migrants are saying that this is inhumane and draconian, and the ACLU has already said that it will file a lawsuit, John, to challenge this in federal court. Meanwhile, Republican lawmakers, including the Speaker of the House, are saying that this is too little, too late, John. They believe President Biden should have acted sooner, earlier on in his presidency, to take action at the border.
And finally, Camilo, one more logistical question. You mentioned sustainability, resources. Does this require, to enforce this new executive order, a whole lot more resources, or is it somehow easier, quote unquote, than normal because they were already totally overwhelmed?
I am very glad you are asking this critical question, John, because while this order is very sweeping and broad in nature, it will be somewhat limited by operational, legal, and diplomatic constraints. The U.S. simply does not have sufficient detention beds, John, asylum officers, and immigration officials to screen everyone who is asking for asylum now, even under these new heightened standards, and that will continue to be the case. And so some people will still be released into the U.S. with the court notice because they don't have, the U.S. rather, does not have detention capacity to keep them in detention while their cases are adjudicated. Moreover, some migrants are coming from countries like China and Venezuela, John, that severely limit or outright reject U.S. deportations. And Mexico right now is only taking back Mexican nationals and citizens of Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. Everyone else cannot be deported to Mexico. They have to be deported to their home countries. And so some people will still be released, again, with the court notice, but the expectation is that now most people will be rendered ineligible for asylum, and many of them will be quickly deported to their home countries.
Camilo Montoya-Galvez on top of every detail in El Paso, Texas. Thank you, Camilo.